Righty. I believe we are live. Welcome everyone to Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave Tournament. Today, StupidSecksyFlanders versus Quatropus in the undefeated half of the bracket. Flanders ranked second going into the ranked portion. Quatropus ranked third. They'll be getting underway shortly. This is an ancient cave race, so this is not normal Earthbound. Instead, all of the rooms of Earthbound have been rearranged into 9 different floors, with a shiny spot boss at the end of each of the first 8 floors, and Gygus at the end of the 9th floor. You must find and defeat Gygus. You may be able to take skips to get past some of the shiny spot bosses, skip between floors. In fact, our runners will definitely want to do that, as that is the fastest way to get through the ancient cave. So they're just getting the SRL room set up, and they'll be kicking off shortly. Flanders is still working on getting his live splits connected to SRL. So we might be a few minutes while he gets that taken care of, but then we will be good to go. In the meantime, enjoy this randomized background for the naming screen that's destroying the bitrate for both of these streams. Possibly this stream as well. There's Flanders' timer. Little known fact, actually, if you are on one of these screens, these naming screens that are crushing your bitrate, and you want to stop it, you can hit nope here on this "Are you sure?" Yep or nope, and that will freeze the background in place. So you just go through and do your naming again. Background will no longer move. Just a little glitch that they obviously didn't care about fixing in the vanilla game, because in the vanilla game this background does not move. And it's a glitch I didn't care about fixing because I have better things to do with my time. As previously mentioned, mentioned, sorry, Flanders is seed 2, Quatropus is seed 3. Both are undefeated so far in this tournament. The loser of this will still be in. This is a double elimination tournament. They will go to face Andy Perfect in the loser's bracket. We are underway. Quatropus doing his traditional rearrangement of inventories. First thing out of the gate. He's pretty much the only person that does this. Getting rid of the protractor, rearranging some other items to fit him. And we're at Magicant right out of the gate. Magicant, not the worst area to start off with. There's a few gifts. Here on floor 1, our runners probably aren't going to care about that. Oh, and there's the PJ Tessie over on Quatropus' side. What they're likely to care more about, however, is the full heal. Mom is a free full heal. She'll even res dead party members in Magicant, which can come in handy if we encounter a bad enemy here on the first level. Other than that, we're either going to just be looking to get through this level as quick as possible, or possibly find a skip off of this level. Flanders a little bit further ahead than Quatropus has found the lost underworld that Quatropus finds right after him. This is a slow room, but if you ask any runner, they'd rather it show up earlier than later, because these enemies are not a threat. And if this room shows up on floor 9 or floor 8 or even floor 7, the enemies can be very threatening. You do not have the movement speed to get around them. And there's a phone, there's hot springs to do either a status heal or an HP PP heal. It's not that bad on floor. Little pew sound there if you're not familiar with the Earthbound randomizer. There's a right shoulder button that allows you to throw away any item you just picked up automatically with no little dialogue. When you hear that pew sound, that's what's happening. Flanders checking the shop and finds double burgers. The reason he's buying double burgers is the monkey cave skips. There will be a monkey in your way. The monkey will ask for a burger. You can give the monkey a double burger. Do not give the monkey a mammoth burger, however. Only a burger or a double burger. Then the monkey will move out of the way and you can try a skip. There are 3 different monkeys that like hamburgers. So oftentimes runners will pick up 3 burgers in case they run into all of them. Threed is a hub on the first floor. Quatropus goes and talks to a vendor. Finds big bottle rockets, and I think there were even multi-bottle rockets there, but no money. Hasn't found an ATM and only the starting $100. So the vendor's not going to do a lot there. Flanders, on the other hand, is going to sell off some of those items. Instead of dropping them in the entry room, Flanders is selling them off. Not everything, but the things worth things. I'm going to tell you guys a little spoiler, because I've looked at the spoiler for this. Well, I'll tell you in a bit. We'll see what happens. Mr. Baseball Cap up in the Hitman house, or by the Hitman house, and one of the department stores through the Hitman house. I haven't been able to tell yet if this is, yeah, this will be the Tucson department store. So no doors here, but a phone and an ATM. But we probably haven't killed enough enemies of any worth to have any substantial money in our ATM yet. So we're checking doors. There's lots of doors in Threed. 13 doors in Threed. So far, no one has found a way through Threed. Lots of dead ends. Bottle of DX waters, good to see. Skip sandwich can be given to a monkey for a skip. We can't afford the DX waters. I think even if they could, these runners would probably be picking up DX waters here. Oh, and there's the Earth Pendant shop all the way on floor 1. Earth Pendant shop can be huge if you're in a seed that has very few pendants around. Being able to just unload some money and put 3 Earth Pendants, or maybe even 4 if you want them, on all your kids. That can be huge if pendants are not able to be found, but it's here on floor 1. It means we're probably not ever going to be able to come back to it with any money. So we're just out of luck there. Unless someone, finds a skip and remembers where the skip is to get back to floor 1 after they get some money. In all likelihood, the Earth Pendant shop will not be of any use to anyone this run. So they're just going to have to hope they can find the good pendants naturally. Both of them see the wet towel skip, but Quatropus has the wet towel, so he's off to skip. So Quatropus has taken a skip. We don't know where he is. We'll have to find out by either chests or enemies. Well, here are some enemies. This is a scripted battle, these Shattermen here, so this doesn't tell us anything about where we are, but if we can kill him, it'd be a lot of experience. Big Bottle Rocket takes it down, and that's going to level up our team. This is actually the first battle that you take if you're trying to do the Key Sanity mode of the randomizer. The way to level up your team really fast, like the first thing you do is you teleport to Summers to get the magic cake going, go through the poo sequence. Once you come back from the poo sequence, you'll have all 4 characters. And a lot of times, the runner will hit up this exact room and do this exact battle, throw the multi-bottle rocket at the Shattered Man, and get a whole bunch of experience, and then they're off to the races in Key Sanity. But also a battle, good battle. So we're checking Starman Jr. is the boss of Spot 1. The Hitman tells us that's going to be hard. Slimy Little Pile and Trillionated Sprout are 7 and 8s. This is not a doggo seed. I rolled it, so of course it's not a doggo seed. I never roll doggo seeds. I don't know why everyone doesn't want me to roll their seeds. Only a 26% chance of having Carbon Dog, Diamond Dog as your floor 8 boss, and this is not one of those 26. But seeing Starman Jr. as our first floor boss might be tricky for Flanders. Without having Buzzbuzz to give you a Psychic Shield, that battle can be pretty hard. So we'll have to see what he intends to do about it. Maybe he's just going to check these shops for a wet towel, because he did see that wet towel skip. Just didn't have a wet towel to give, and Quatropus did, so he obviously found a wet towel at one of these merchants somewhere here on floor 1. So Flanders could do the same skip, but I notice he's not checking all these merchants, so it doesn't look like... Well, he's checking this merchant. But nothing doing there. That's not the right merchant either, but he is going to take a fresh egg. He intends to be humane, I can only assume. Or, if you get to a skip fast enough, there is a fresh egg skip, but... Yeah, so now Quatropus has money in the bank after that fight. Takes out 3,400 out of his ATM, saves. Notice he also put down an exit mouse location. Sewers, not fun. A lot of times you will see runners put down an exit mouse in these sewers if they find they have to go back, if they find that it's a dead end, rather than waiting all the way back, using an exit mouse can save a significant chunk of time. But this is the shiny spot, and we already know that this is Starman Jr. It might just be Big Bottle Rocket time. So that's a Magic-Ant bat over on Quatropus' side. That gives us a little bit of a hint of what floor we're on. It looks like Flanders doesn't think he's ready for the Starman Jr. He's not going for the shiny spot right away. Marionettes, so 3 enemies, so we probably didn't skip too far. French fry pan. This doesn't look like a huge skip. But getting past Starman Jr. is not nothing. Another fresh egg for Flanders. Oh, we're loading up on fresh eggs. We intend to be very humane. I like it. Holding on to the cold remedy instead of tossing it. That's healing alpha, I believe. Alright, and Quatropus has found the boss of whatever floor he's on. We'll find out shortly. It's the 5th floor. And it's Car Painter. This is doable. Couple freeze betas. Maxwell, welcome to the Ancient Cave run. This is a race, in fact. This is our Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave tournament. Quattro takes down floor 5 boss and is on to floor 6. It's Tucson right out of the gate. So many doors. Welcome to Tucson. 19 doors, the largest hub in the game. So this is, I'm always interested to see how people deal with this door all the way at the bottom of Tucson, all the way by itself. Some people do it immediately, some people leave it for absolute last. Looks like Quattro's going right for it. There's also a gift down here, which floor 6 gift is not nothing. Flanders checking all these shops. Night Pendant for Quattro. That's not nothing. That's some flash resist. That could be useful all the way till the end of the game. You're still in Fourside. He knows where the shiny spot for floor 1 is, but he also knows that it is Starman Jr., which is a rough fight when you're level 3 right now? Door all the way at the bottom of Tucson was a dead end for Quattro, so now he has to go all the way back. But we did get a Night Pendant out of it, so it's not like there was nothing. Oh, now I believe Flanders picked up the carrot key, yes, so he'll be able to take this skip into the LOM. So we officially do not know where Flanders is. He has also taken a skip. It could be floor 3, it could be floor 6. That was not a very difficult enemy, so I don't think we're on 5 or 6. That was a Tucson enemy. The hippie. So probably 3 or 4. But also still a big deal to not have to fight that Starman Jr. on level 3. Oh, we're about to find out. Here's a shiny spot. Now we're going for it. It's floor 3. And it's the guy playing rough, aka Everdread. Quattro's found another arms dealer. Didn't look like they had anything of relevance. So just sells a couple items. Meanwhile, Flanders easily takes down the guy playing rough. Much easier battle than the Starman battle. Flame Pendant for Quattro. Not a Doggo Seed, so not super important. DX Water for Flanders. So the little spoiler that I was teasing you guys about, I guess I can say it now because I don't expect either of our runners are ever going to go back to floor 1. And that floor 1 threed in the chest in the upper left corner in the graveyard was a Franklin badge. So people ask, what's the earliest a Franklin badge can show up? I say, it's put about 30% in the first Franklin badge. It's put about 30% of the way into the item pool. About 65% of the item pool gets used, so there may be an early Franklin badge, there may not. But what floor it ends up in is slightly random. So you'll see it more often in 2 or 3, but as we see in this seed, it can show up on floor 1. But I don't expect either of our runners will be returning to floor 1, so that Franklin badge will go unfound. Of course, experienced runners like both of these guys are capable of taking down Gygas with 0 Franklin badges, but boy does it make things easier if you have 1. Or 2, or 3. No money for the vendor in Grapefruit Falls, even though he also has DX waters. Of course, this is one of the things you'll find. Oftentimes, if you find... oh, and here's another skip possibility for Flanders. This is the double hamburger room. Both of these monkeys want hamburgers, and Flanders picked up 3 of them. So he's going to check out this first skip off of floor 4, but then he has the possibility of skipping from this floor to another skip. So Flanders could go anywhere. When you skip from floor 4, you already could go anywhere, because every floor is within range of 2 to 5. So this could be floor 9. It's possible. But then we can do another skip in the other room if we don't like this floor. So Flanders has almost too many options at this point. Now, these mooks right out of the gate are going to be difficult. We're going to try and run. But we do not have a lot of life, so all these freezes are going to be killing people off. And their speed is going to be a lot higher than his team's speed. I don't imagine we're going to get away from this. Nope, that's going to be a wipe. But we know where a skip is. The hard thing is going to be, can we get our team back alive? Flanders marked a location in the skip with his mouse. Oh, and it was a hospital. But I don't think we have money. Lucky Sandwich, Coin of Defense, Exterminator Spray, Super Bomb, Talisman Coin, best coin in the game. And the hitbox for that last president's being difficult, but it's worth going for it because it's an Earth Pendant. So an Earth Pendant and a Super Bomb out of Hype Cave for Quatropus. Alright, Flanders. No money for the hospital. Trying to figure out what his plan is. He has both skips opened up. It looks like he's going to continue. I believe this is floor 4 that he's going to continue on. And not take either of the skips, at least while his party is dead. Maybe if he gets a full heal, maybe that'll change his mind. Quattro checking the vendors in Tucson. In Berglund Park. Looking for anything decent. There's one gift all the way down at the end of that, but Quattro's not going to take the time to go check it out. Sometimes you gotta make the decision. If It's one gift all the way there. Good decision or not. All right, so Quattro has a potential skip he's going to check out. He's going to set the exit mouse. He's going to set the exit mouse where the skip is and not actually go into the skip right now. He's going to check some more doors in Tucson. And then I guess his plan is if he doesn't find any doors in Tucson that take him where he wants to go, then he's going to use his mouse and take that skip. He is on floor 6, so there's a real chance the skip can go backwards. And because of the skip it's not a skip that he can just turn around and exit. So what I thought he was going to do was mark the mouse on this side of the skip, go into it, look around, see if he can figure out what floor it's on. And he's remarking the mouse, so that might be his plan. And then if it turns out that it's not the direction that he wants to go, then you can exit mouse back. Flanders trying to stutter step around this scripted battle. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, it's close. Oh, he pulls it off. Whew. What a stutter step. Here's another skip. The Tiny Ruby skip. It's a free skip since you start with the Tiny Ruby. And it looks like he's not going to take it. I think maybe Pooh has to be alive for that to work. I'm not 100% sure, but Quattro is going to take that skip. He finds an Earth Pendant, so it's worth it right off the bat. Even if this ends up being backwards, Flanders going to take a hard reset. Get his team back alive. At least I don't think he saved after taking that team wipe. I guess we'll find out. No, he did. He saved right here in Moonside. So he was just resetting his location with that. Trying to keep track of both screens. I believe Flanders is still on floor 4. Basically looking for a full heal rather than looking for forward progress, because any fight, he's kind of under-leveled for this floor, and with only one character alive, any fight is going to be, like that one, that scripted Sentry Robot fight is going to be brutal. He's going to try and dodge it now that he knows, and he's able to dodge it and get in the door. It's another skip room. This one wants King Banana, which he has, and Hamburger, which he has. I believe he had 3 hamburgers. So this is a skip into Tucson, which we know from Quattro's side is floor 6. Go ahead and put him at 6 because it looks like he's going to try and get through here. Bazooka for Quattro. That's a pretty big find. That can be useful all the way till the end of the game. That can give Jeff something to do for Gygus. And of course, earlier in the game when you're fighting multiple enemies, the damage output can be significant. So many things on screen. Stuttering with this lag must be awful. And we're trying to stutter mice as well. I don't know about this, Flanders. You have a long way to go. Gonna try and get these mice caught on this tree, and does. So now he's going to be checking doors for a full heal, but we know Quattro checked a large number of these doors. I don't know that he ever found a full heal. We have a Zuka on Quatropus' side? Is that what we have? An aquatic Tsar. It's very colorful. So I don't think Quattro checked every door in Tucson, but he checked a lot of them. Weren't full heals in any that he saw. So Flanders is going to have to be on his guard while exploring. Basically can't take almost any fight. C pendant for Quattro. That's huge. There's a sea pendant, an earth pendant, and a night pendant. And a bazooka on Jeff. It's really not a bad setup if we had enough levels to have Shield Sigma. Knowing Quattro, I think that is enough for him to go for it. Night pendant on Pooh. Flanders finds a platinum band to give his low-level nest some defense, but that's not what he's looking for. He's looking for a full heal. It's just having to spend so much time dodging every enemy because he can't take any of them is making this Tucson exploration take so much longer than Quattro's exploration did. So it's pretty detrimental to his time to be in this sort of state, but I don't remember what the last full heal we saw was. It was all the way back on floor 1. Like Lost Underworld, right? Hitting up 2 different springs in Lost Underworld to get a full heal, that's going all the way back to floor 1 to do it. That's about the slowest thing I could think of. So I agree with him on pushing forward. And is he going to go for the same skip? Yep, he's going for the same skip that Quattro took. Boy, does he not have much to work with here. Oh, and he finds the boss. It means that Quatropus just went the wrong way right out of the skip, and he could have found the boss if he had just looked the other way. And now Flanders does have the backstage pass, so he can back out of this skip. So we know Quattro doing all this exploration on this floor, all of it is going the wrong way. Now, it's not the worst thing to be exploring. He did pick up a sea pendant, and Batis Beam, an earth pendant, a bazooka. So maybe it's for the best that he did all this way, but we know that all of this is the wrong way until he turns around and goes back to right where he skipped into this area and just goes in the other door. Now, we don't know what that floor boss will be. But if we skipped off of 6 to get there, and this is certainly a forward skip, I guess that means it has to be 8, right? We have to be on floor 8 by process of elimination. Because the skips have to go 2 floors away. Auto Star Master for Quattro, so his Pooh now has... Oh, and there it is for Flanders. He's found the full heal off of Tucson. That is huge for him. That is exactly what he was looking for. Now he can start taking some fights on this floor. He can start getting some levels. He can start exploring and finding these items. I believe we know he's back on 6. He undid taking that skip, so he's on the 6 of Tucson. So Tucson Hospital is where the full... Now the question is going to be, is Flanders going to go back for that skip? Or is he going to keep searching Tucson on this floor? If he goes for the skip, he knows where the shiny spot is. He could leapfrog ahead of Quattro pretty fast. It kind of depends on what the boss is. I think we know the floor 8 boss is Trillionage Sprout. I'm going to go ahead and put them on floor 8, because by process of deduction, we know they're on floor 8. At least Flanders knows he's on floor 8. Quattro may think he could be on either 8 or 9. Well, no, Flanders didn't know that Tucson was floor 6, so neither of them know for sure they're on 8. But we, the audience, know for sure they're on. Quattro is exploring while Paula is dead. That's not optimal because, as I said, Quattro probably has the equipment to go for Gygas. He's just missing the levels, and the levels on Paula are the most important to get that Shield Sigma. So, it's it's not ideal to be exploring while Paula is dead. I'll try and keep up with Flanders. He's obviously back on 6 for Tucson. Is he going to go for that skip? Looks like it. Now, is he going to go for the shiny spot in the skip? Or is he going to go exploring? He's going to go exploring. Remember, Flanders knows where the shiny spot is. Oh, and he knows there's gifts right here. He probably wants at least these gifts, since they're right here. It's the active Floppy, the renamed Foppies. And you gotta watch out for these Foppies and Fobbies in Randomizer. They tend to get... I think it's because of where they're located in the enemy table, that they're located around enemies that are much more difficult. They tend to get way more powerful in Randomizer. They don't often get weaker. They usually get a whole lot stronger. So they are not the pushovers that you might be expecting. Flanders takes down the scripted enemy, finds the Earth Pendant, and the shiny coin. I'm going to presume he's going to go back to the full heal, get Jeff alive again. And then will he continue looking on this skip floor? Or will he go right to the shiny spot? Quattro keeping pushing... Well, what he thinks is deeper into this floor, but what we know is shallower. Actually, it looks like he's backtracking now. So it's possible he has exhausted all of the routes this way. You just dropped a shiny coin. I don't think we intended to do that. I think that was the old moving faster than you're thinking, where you're used to going down 1 to give, but if you are in a dead kid's inventory, down 1 drops. So oh, we had a battle where the enemy dropped a Mr. Saturn coin. That's a good one. So Flanders not even going to go back to heal, just gonna let Jeff be dead, and we're going for this shiny spot. As we know, it's the 8th location, as we know that's Trillionage Sprout. This is not the healthiest party for trying to take on Trillionage Sprout I've ever seen. We'll see. Pooh is dead, and we're going for prey strats. And we immediately get confusion. Trillionage Sprout hits itself and gets chased by the light, and Paula is diamondized. Alright. Yep. That battle didn't work out so well. Quattro is going back. I don't think he undid a skip. Oh, we found another full heal. Well, Flanders just knows where all the full heals are now. Quattro still searching on floor 8, trying to find progress. Maybe he's finally backtracked all the way. Yeah, he's finally backtracked all the way to 1 room away from where he started. Now he's going this direction. He finds this full heal, which is good. That gets Paula alive. It's going to be pretty big for him, because like I mentioned, he's got the equipment. He's really only missing the levels. And then this is the... assuming he's backtracked because he hit all the other doors, he's going to find that, well, it must have been the other direction in the theater room, and he'll find the shiny spot right on the other side. Yeah, Triumph freezes to take out these bloppies, whereas Quatropus, since he delved deeper and found that Auto Star Master, he has Starstorm. That's going to take them out a lot faster. So you'll see Quattro finishes this battle with, oh, not even with 2 Starstorms. That's why I was saying these guys are rough. Starstorms, and only one of the 4 of them died. This 3rd Starstorm should finish it off. And so now Quattro is out of this battle that he got in long after Flanders even started. So a big time save for Quattro here compared to Flanders having the Starstorm. The battle took way longer. Alright, Quattro now knows where the shiny spot is. He's going to go back, heal up Pooh. As again, with the shiny spot battle, having Starstorm is going to be a big difference here between how it's going to go for him and how it's going to go for Flanders. So even though Quattro spent all that time and basically lost his lead to Flanders by going all the way through floor 8, he got good things out of it. He got a bazooka, he got a sea pendant, he got Starstorm Alpha. So it's possible, even though they're basically even now, having all of these advantages is going to mean Quattro can pull ahead here, even though they're even now. But we'll have to see. Still not a guaranteed win, even with Starstorm. Quattro's Nest also has Rock and Beta, as Flanders only has Rock and Alpha. That's also a big difference here. I think Flanders might just be planning on grinding on some enemies here and getting some more levels. So that battle with that shiny spot battle wasn't even close for him, so I think he realizes he needs more levels. Reserve for Quattro as he begins the floor 9 hunt. So I don't really think he's looking for anything, except Paula doesn't have Sigma yet. He's looking for a few more levels, and he's just looking for Gygus. I think he'll go for it. Going Quattro with this enemy layout, or sorry, with this item layout he's got. Flanders thinks he has enough levels. And it's pretty important for him to win here to keep this race close. He needs to get on to floor 9 as well. Still only Alpha for him, so he's not going to be able to take down the seeds. Well, Fire will take down the seeds, so that's good. Some rough enemies over on Quattro's side. Of course, you expect that on floor 9. But he takes him down. And there we go. Trillionage Sprout down for Flanders. That was important that he take it down now. Keep up with Quattro as they begin the floor 9 hunt. Now, Flanders is not ready for Gygus. Flanders has nothing? I think nothing. Flanders has 1 Earth Pendant. He's going to go back and take a heal first. Oh, no, we're not going to go back and take a heal. Who needs to heal? Nest can be paralyzed. It's fine. We're going forward. So Quattro's checking chests. More equipment would be better. For Flanders, the chests are going to be critical. Of course, there's no guarantee that there's any good equipment on this floor. It's likely, but it's not guaranteed. It's a close race. Quattro definitely has the advantage, but it's still close. Flanders can certainly just walk into a room, find 3 gifts, have 2 of them be sea pendants, walk through the door to the next room and be at Gygus. Before Quattro even finds anything on this floor. It's possible. But they're kind of searching in the same pattern, so if this continues, if Flanders keeps searching the exact rooms that Quattro searches, he's never going to be able to catch up. So we'll have to see how this goes. Quattro with a lead, but not a huge one. Quattro going to take the Frank fight here so that he can get a free hotel. Just firing off some life ups before catching this butterfly. Nope, no arms dealer in that room. That's the empty one. Yes, Flanders is just checking the doors in the same order Quattro is, just a minute or 2 behind him. Gaia Beam for Jeff, his best weapon. Quattro, I believe, has exhausted all of the doors through summers except for this winter. So if Flanders not interested in taking the free hotel. There's another free hotel. This one comes with a phone. And hey, it's the doctor who can't help your numbness because he's a useless doctor. Only the blue-haired man can help, and this is a rough fight. We're going to try and run away from it. Can a numb lone Ness get away from this fight? It's got one more chance. Nope, we're going to take a death here. Now, where did Flanders last save? Right here, right by the free heal. So we'll be right back on floor 9 very quickly. So not a big time loss. This is a pretty decent room to see on floor 9 for Quattro. Lots of gifts. Rare spawns, in that you won't get too many spawns of random enemies in here, both because of the layout of the map and because of these scripted enemies all over the place. It decreases the chance that random enemies can spawn. Just because of the general layout of things. Legendary bat for Ness. Flanders again, since he had to go back to the full heal on floor 8, has to fight this Bloppy Pack again, and it's still going to take a lot of time, because we still don't have Starstorm. And we're not going to find it either, because that was back on floor 8, which he's certainly not going to go search. Goddess Ribbon, some nice defense for Paula. 202 defense for Paula on Quatropus. That's, it's not nothing. This is an annoying fight that Quattro's encountered. He's able to get away from. Again, I'm not sure if Flanders is grinding here or just trying to get through. And there it is. There's the squiggle room. Ness is homesick. I hope Quattro saw that menuing through. It looks like he did. Right. He's going to go back and find a phone. Very fortunate that he checked his status effects there and saw that Ness was homesick before getting into that battle. I don't think we saw any instances of Ness missing a turn because of homesickness. So just opening up his status menu was the only way he was going to know. And Phase 1 Gygus being homesick during that could be really really derail your Phase 1 Gygus plans. Or any phase, but especially Phase 1 if we don't bother to we decide that Pokey doesn't. Who needs to paralyze Pokey? Let's just let him live and think about steak or whatever. Totally derail things. So he's backtracking to find a phone, and now he's going to have to. Well, maybe he won't have to. He'd like to backtrack and find a heal to undo this diamondization of Jeff, but it's just Jeff. Flanders has clearly decided that he needs to grind. As long as he's getting decent experience out of this, because this is not a fast fight. As long as the experience is decent and he's gaining multiple levels every time. Well, now what's Quattro's plan? Thought he was going back to try and find a phone. Now he's returning back the direction he came from. Flanders back on floor 9. He's looking for Gygus and he's looking for items. He has one Earth Pendant. That's it. And that is a real tough Gygus fight. I would not recommend it. Quattro finds the full heal. This will cure the homesickness, this will cure the diamond eyes, and this, I imagine, will see him now go to Gygus and take an attempt at this battle. I gotta imagine he's going to go for it. 130 HP for Paula is low, but she does have the Shield Sigma. Yep, I think he's headed right there. Meanwhile, Flanders has some work to do. Needs to find some items and needs to find Gygus. But we have a lot more levels now. 270 HP on Ness. It's probably right around the same level as Quattro. So, looks like that grinding paid off. He's going to have to find some good stuff and find it fast. He basically... I mean, he is going to have to hope that Quattro's run here doesn't go well. But even if it doesn't go well, I imagine Quattro's just going to go right back at it after he gets the heal, and he knows where the full heal is. So it won't take him long to regroup for a second attempt. So even if the first attempt for Quattro doesn't go well, that doesn't put Flanders in the lead. He still needs to move fast, and he needs Quattro to get to have a rough fight. We shall see. I'll go ahead and switch the audio over if I can real quick here. City Hall is to the east, you know, the opposite of west. Thank you, Pokey. Alright, as always, we're hoping for an alpha, and we're hoping for a paralyze. It's an alpha. Paula lives through it. Everyone lives through it. Here's the paralyze. It's not a success, so someone is in danger next turn. We're not going to life up anyone. We're just going to let Pokey hit who he hits. Pokey hits Jeff. Best case situation, I imagine. Jeff had the bazooka, so that was guaranteed damage, but everyone else is more valuable at this point. And the second paralyze worked. So, Gygus is on fire. Gygus is a gross green puke fire, somehow. The Ghastly Magmar. Ghastly Magmar is a double Pokemon, somehow. I don't know how we ended up with a double Pokemon. So, now he's got to play it safe. He has HP reviving. Oh, we're bringing Jeff back to life in phase 1? That's unusual. I'm not sure about this use of the secret herb. Oh, he decided against it. Okay. I'm going to say, I don't feel like bringing Jeff back to life with Justice as a valuable use of our secret herb here on phase. Well, no, he's going for it. I guess he feels his damage output is just not enough. He's going to have to put up another shield and get this life up off to keep Jeff alive. Well, he gets the life up off, and he gets the other shield off. He's using Magnet early in phase 1. Now, Magnet can be used in phase 1, but not phase 2 and 3, so I think he's concerned about just having enough psychic points in phases 2 and 3, and that's why he's using Magnet with Pooh, even though Pooh's already at 64 and now 74 psychic points. course, Paula needs to magnet aggressively to have enough psychic points for the shields. And the magnets are being aggressive. In theory, he can keep this up for a long time, as long as he keeps the shields up. This is an interesting strategy. I've thought about it before. 84 is Pooh's maximum, so the magnets aren't going to be doing any more good until he fires off some attacks. Paula got enough to fire off another shield. Just in time. And we are out of Phase 1 and into Phase 2. So as a reminder, Paula has a C pendant. Oh, and Flanders has found the squiggle room, but I believe he still hasn't found any other pendants unless he found some when I wasn't watching a screen too closely. I believe he still only has one Earth pendant. Yeah, he didn't even think about going for it. Unless he was just going back for this bench and is going to go for it? Lucky coin, that's... Quattro wanted the psychic points to have enough to fire off these star storms. Get out of Phase 2 fast. What is the rest of his plans for Phase 2? Yes, Flanders is on the hunt. I can tell you, fortunately for Flanders, this room has one C pendant and one star pendant in this room. So this room can give him everything he'll probably need. He might stop after just the one, he might get them both, and then go for Gygas. So Flanders is actually closer than he looks. This is the only room he needs to go. He needs to go hunting for. Which is good for him. There's the first C pendant, and he'll find the second one shortly if he keeps delving. Looks like he was thinking about it. Ooh, now low on psychic points. All of that first turn magneting didn't get there. Now we are on second phase Paula's prey strats. Flanders rearranging after finding that first C pendant. He's not going to go check the other chest, so that other chest was a star pendant. But he decides he doesn't have the time, he's got to go for it. Now he's on his way to Gygas. So, we are in Phase 2 Prey. This is not safe, it's safe-ish. There's a C pendant on Paula. It's difficult for Paula to die, but not impossible. However, aside from Paula dying, this phase can also take a lot of time. Because you don't get the prayers that you want often. Now, this is a good prayer, this Revive All prayer. This brings Jeff back. Jeff has the bazooka. That's guaranteed damage. It's basically what he wanted. He wanted to bring back Jeff and start this guaranteed damage output. Flanders trying to remember what's the way to Gygas. And with that huge smash of 489 damage, we are on to Phase 3. We're in as good a setup as we can be for Phase 3 right here. Oh, and that last prayer adding psychic points made it even better. So Pooh and Jeff both have heals. Pooh has a brain shock to get off on Gygas. Gygas phases 2 and 3. Well, now Quattro fired off that brain shock fast. Because what's going to happen here is there's what we call Gygas phase 2.5. This first round of Gygas before you get the first prayer in. Once we go through this scene change and the background changes, Gygus' status effects get reset. So firing off that brain check actually didn't help him because Gygus is now unconfused. So that's a very technical thing that you're basically don't know about until you hear about it. But nonetheless, Paula has on a sea pendant. Ness has on an earth pendant. And we just need to dodge thunders. And even if we have to hit a couple thunders, Ness has psychic points, cast healing, or it's life up rather. I don't know what other goods are in Ness's inventory that he can help out with. Just crossed the 1 hour mark. Quatropus in phase 3 of Gygus, Flanders on his way to Gygus. So we have to dodge these thunders. Watcher goes ahead and fires off a life up on Paula, moving her from 123 to 130. I believe that's now safely out of the range of one thunder, so Paula would have to get hit by 2 thunders. He's going to fire off another life up just in case the thunders come this turn. And they did. And it's a hit on Paula, so the gamble pays off huge. That could be the move that wins this game. If another thunder comes this round. It's going to fire off another life up. It'll be his last one. Unless Ness has any useful mortal damage. There's another life up. Whew! Queued up those life ups. Those critical life ups that. And now, prayer 8. We're out of life ups. Now we just have to pray. We have to dodge the lightning this turn. And we do. It's an empty turn. That's going to do it then. Gygus can't kill Paula, or Paula is going to get phase 3 off. Flanders gets the alpha and gets the first turn paralyzed, which is ideal for the Poke fight. But Quattro's first Poke fight gets it done, and it's 101.59. Quatropus will be moving on in the winner's bracket of the Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave Tournament. Congratulations. A good fight, a good fight. Mirrored a lot of the way. Quattro spent a lot of time delving into floor 8. It cost him a lot of time by going the wrong way, but he picked up a lot of good equipment there that made his 8 and 9 go faster than Flanders. And it was just enough speed, even though Flanders had caught up there. That better equipment was good enough to pay off for Quattro to get him across the finish line first. Congratulations to Quatropus. Flanders is still in the fight. For one, he's still in the Poke fight. He's just entered phase 2, but he's also still in the Ancient Cave Tournament fight. There is a loser's bracket here. He will be moving on to the loser's bracket and facing Andy Perfect, I believe, in the next match for that. Yes. Meanwhile, Quatropus will be facing the winner of Arlix versus Daniel RGT. And they are playing later tonight. In about 80 minutes, I believe. 7:30 Central, so yeah, it's about an hour and 20 minutes from now. So you'll want to be sure to stay tuned to see that battle. Meanwhile, Flanders working his way through phase 2. He picked up a heavy bazooka at some point, and that's going to take him through phase 2 very fast. Quattro, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
101.59 is what I see. Didn't see your SRL time.
SRL is 102.
Quattro, congratulations on your win. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to turn off your audio, aren't I? Yep. 101.59 is what I see. Didn't see your SRL time. One moment, folks. Apologies for that. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to turn off your audio, aren't I? Yep. All right, there we go. Zero chickens free, zero L button problems. L button, no problems here. You got the double 0-0. It's not humane, but it's still a good stat.
Right.
I don't know if you're watching Flanders, but he's into phase 3 of Gygas now, so this was a very close race.
Yeah, I just opened it up.
It was interesting to see. You both found the same skip into floor 8. Flanders looked left first and saw where the shiny spot was, whereas you went all the way through on the right side of floor 8 before finding there was nothing there. So
Yeah, that was a huge time loss.
it was, and you guys basically caught up, and we're trying to take down Trillionage at the same time. But because Flanders saw that, Flanders didn't go all the way through floor 8, and on floor 8 you found a C pendant, you found a bazooka. I believe there was something else good that you found. You leveled up enough to get. Oh no, Flanders takes a loss in phase 3. I guess that's harsh. You leveled up enough. You found the Auto Star Master for Pooh, and you had Ness leveled up enough to have Rock and Beta. And Flanders didn't have any of those things, so his Trillionage fight took a death to it. And just in general, was often trying to explore with dead kids on floor 9, and actually had to go back and grind on the fobbies because floor 9 was wrecking him pretty hard, whereas you were able to just keep exploring because of the stuff you had found on floor 8. So it was a time loss, and it let him catch up to you, but it also gave you the advantages that you needed to pull ahead and pull out the victory in the end.
Now a lot of the things I was doing when I found the Gygas room is that like I couldn't remember exactly where I had saved. So that's why I kind of like when I discovered the Gygas room, I decided to back out and look a little bit more. That's just because I was trying to find a closer. Um, I knew where one was. It was like maybe a few areas behind. Like I think it was like before Winters.
Right. Well,
And
my assumption was when you opened up your status menu that you saw that Ness was homesick.
oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't see that? That was the first thing
No.
I saw when you opened up that status menu. I'm like, oh, Ness is homesick. How fortunate that he opened his status menu, because Ness never missed any fights. So you wouldn't have even noticed if you opened up your stats menu. So you open up your stats menu and then you backtrack. I'm like, he's going back for a phone, and you found Pink Cloud, which cleared it up. But wow, you didn't even notice it. That's interesting.
No. If I had gone in, I would have been like, "What the hell?" But no. I keep forgetting about that status effect.
Echo the Wolf 64 had a question real quick. If this is a custom build of the game, this is the Earthbound randomizer, the online randomizer, which I wrote, along with the help from some other people who've written randomizers in the past. It's available at earthbound.app. It has a few different modes. This mode is the Ancient Cave mode, where all the different rooms in Earthbound have been arranged into 9 different floors, each with a shiny spot at the end, and at the end of floor 9 is Gygas, and you just have to fight your way through or skip past them if you can and get to and beat Gygas. And this in particular is a tournament for speedrunning the Ancient Cave version. So both of these players had the same seed and had to fight their way through the same floors, and Quattro was able to pull out the victory first.
That Gygas fight was really scary.
Right, yes. Flanders has the heavy bazooka, so his phase 1 and 2 went quite a bit faster than yours.
I had like the reason why like there was a turn where I kind of just hesitated with Ness, and that's because like I was like, okay, do I use the secret herb on Jeff just to bring him alive?
Right, I saw you
And
twice in phase 1 look at the secret herb for Jeff on phase 1. I'm like, I don't think so. And
but like once I got done with that turn, I noticed that like my kids' psychic points were still low, and so they would have to just waste a bunch of turns just magneting. And I was like, well, I might as well just res Jeff now and just kind of risk it since I know where the save point is. It's just going to be a time loss if I take a death, but I could get lucky. So I just decided to res Jeff. Take a risk at resing Jeff, should I say? Because Secret Herb doesn't always res. Um, and so I was like, okay, res him, get some damage in, and he almost died again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the risky thing when you're resing someone with a secret herb. They only come back with like 30 HP.
Yeah.
It's very possible, even if you have a life up queued on them, that it's not going to be good enough. So it's very risky to rest someone with secret herb in phase 1. But you were successful in pulling it out, so congratulations. There was something else. Something else I was going to tell you. Maybe someone mentioned it in chat.
Their phase was a bit tricky on my side as well, just because it was like I lucked out because what I was doing is that turn 2 or phase 2, I decided to use brain shock. I
Right.
used it later. I didn't use it at the beginning of
Oh,
the phase.
that's what I want to tell you. You fired off a brain shock with Pooh before the first prayer happened, so you got it on Gyga's phase 2.5. So
So that okay, it
yeah.
overrides.
Right. You've heard Ari's description of Gyga's phase 2.5, right? Sorry, you cut off?
No, I didn't.
Okay, basically, after that first prayer, where it changes the background again to a different background, that basically resets Gygas's status effects. So if you do any statuses on him during that one turn before Paula does her first prayer, they immediately get reset. So you want to wait until Paula has done one prayer and then do the brain shock.
Gotcha. Yeah, but like I was actually risking it because it was like I got 8 psychic points before the phase. I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna have enough for the brain shock anyways. But like the very first turn of phase 3, Paula prays and gets
Yeah, that queued up
psychic
prayer.
points.
That was big. I knew that was big when I saw it go off. It also gave Ness an extra healing in the bank, and that extra healing was absolutely vital because you used it to stop a lethal lightning.
Yeah.
So that was even though the brain shock didn't end up mattering because it was done on the wrong phase. That psychic points from that prayer you had to have.
Yeah, and I was just glad that Ness was able to outspeed Paula in the last.
Well, we've got cross our fingers on the secret herb, and the secret herb is good. Paula is back alive. Fortunately, that uses up, I believe, Flanders' only secret herb, so now we have to keep Paula alive. Phase 2 and 3. Oh, it was an interesting race. I also noticed still go for the bottom door in Tucson. A lot of people will leave that till absolute last.
I think what I do is if I spawn near the bottom, I just go ahead and get that one out.
Mm-hmm. And you were on a high.
Because if it like ends up being the way to go, I'd rather just check it now instead of it being the last door I check.
Right. Well,
and I have to go from like the top of the map all the way down to the bottom.
True, and also in randomizer, there is definitely some value in in checking rooms in the order that others don't do them. Because Flanders was like I said, was a little bit behind you going in on 9, but then he was just checking the rooms in the same order that you were. And I said, with his slightly worse equipment, as long as he keeps checking the doors in the same order as you do, he's never going to have a chance to get ahead. Obviously, he doesn't know what order you're checking the doors in, but when you have a play that you do like that 3 bottom door that you do differently than most of the other runners, it can be a big difference maker.
Plus, the way I see it is that if it is a dead end, at least I have a present that I can pick up on the way.
Yeah, it's not nothing. I think that was even that was a night pin on this one, so it was something valuable.
Yeah.
Even. Landers working on these pairs. Oh, one other thing that might interest you. Threed on floor one.
Yeah.
The present in the top left corner was a Franklin badge.
Okay. Sometimes I check that one. Other times I don't.
Yeah, I
Had
mean,
I
I
gotten that,
I certainly can't blame anyone for skipping an out of the way present on floor one. I wouldn't suggest that you ever do it. Just in this case, it happened to be a floor one Franklin badge.
yeah, because like sometimes with three, like I forget about the gifts,
Hmm.
but like there are other times where like before I move on, let me just check, see what these could be. I
Right.
don't remember what. I guess that was like maybe I was fifth floor
For which room?
three.
Threed was on floor one.
Oh, was it floor one? So
Yep.
Franklin badge can show on floor one now.
It always has been able to. Like I said, in theory, a star pendant could show up on floor one. Just the odds are
Man,
extremely, extremely low.
you
Uh,
got me having to check these garbage gifts on floor one now.
I, it like I've always said it could happen. It's most likely to show up
Right,
around 2 or 3, the lower tier Franklin badge. But 1 and 4 are not out of the question. We're on
right.
prayer, getting off prayer 8 here. We still have healing in the bank, so I assume he queued up the healing. Who takes the lightning? So yes, so Flanders is going to finish here in short order with a time in the 1:16. So congratulations to him. Good work on finishing it out, even after that rough Phase 3 Gygus death. Like I said, he's not out of the tournament. He's going on to face Andy Perfect in the loser's bracket. Still has a shot to win it all. You guys may have a rematch in the future.
Yay.
And there is Prayer 3. As Paula's HP counts down, it does not matter. So we'll stick around to see Flanders. Flanders loaded up on the fresh eggs, so unlike you, he went for the extremely humane route.
Man, that's why you have to sacrifice lives for the win.
So we'll stick around to see his stats, and then we'll end the stream. But as a reminder, in about an hour, we'll see a race between Arlex and Daniel RGT, the other side of the winners bracket.
It's gonna be a crazy one.
We'll find out who you'll be facing in the semifinals of the winners bracket.
Look, I want it to be Daniel so much. Like I'm gonna be super biased right now. I want it to be Daniel. I have a feeling it's definitely gonna be. Now Ari can bleed. Ari isn't a robot.
Yes.
Um, but he's also. I only know this just because Ari has a lot of experience with like randos in general. Like
Yeah.
he did a lot of free enterprise, and like he and Daniel both have like a lot of knowledge of Earthbound.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like Ari's been around longer, and I think he's probably seen a lot more.
To answer your question real quick, Echo the Wolf 64. Yes, fresh eggs still become chickens. In fact, I even fixed a bug in the vanilla game that can sometimes stop the fresh eggs from becoming chickens. If you die with fresh eggs and continue, they'll stop growing in the vanilla game. But I put in a patch to fix that because it's really important to free the chickens.
So I'm having a feeling like if I were to bet money, um, I would put it on Ari, but
Oh
personally,
yeah,
I
I'm
would
sure
prefer
everyone would.
Daniel. Yeah, I personally would prefer Daniel since I could I haven't raced enough with Daniel to know exactly how I compete with him.
Alrighty.
Um, I've raced enough with Ari to know that like I can win very rarely against him. Um, if I do ever have to play Ari, I have to just play extremely risky in order to catch up.
Well, we shall see. At the end of tonight, you will know who your next competitor is.
Shout outs to Skateman222, Door Transitions.
He only freed one of all those chickens he made. He just held on to the rest of those chickens. I don't know if I can really call that humane.
My man.
You get all these chickens and you only free one of them. Man, I don't know about that.
I think nah. I like.
Well,
He doesn't want to
so,
lose his friends.
did not win that race.
All right, Flanders is starting to
I
talk, so
got
we're going to go ahead
to
and kill the
Vegas for the
stream.
first time. Just
Thank
win.
you all for tuning in, and be sure to tune in about an hour. And we'll see you then on the Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave. Have a good one.